High school football is back, and the Squirtle game of the week is excited to kick off the season with a couple of schools that are used to opening up with each other and usually putting on a great show. As the Timberlake Tigers make the trip east across Garfield County, they take on the Covington Douglas Wildcats. After an undefeated state title run in 2021, Timberlake came up a game short of the championship game a year ago, capping off an 11-2 season with a 32-point loss to Tifton in the Class 3C semis. They're back and they're talented, and they'll be right there in the mix in November and December. You can pretty much count on that. Covington Douglas is picked by the coaches in B3 to finish second behind Sealing after a 9-3 season last year and a loss to eventual state champ Laverne in the second round. I'm joined by the old ball coach, Randy Turney. Interesting to watch this game tonight, Coach. Timberlake has some young, talented skill guys, but the thing is they've got some good experience in the offensive line, but Covington Douglas has some pretty good skill guys, but they're looking to fill some holes, get some experience with some of their guys in the offensive line. That's kind of a matchup we'll watch tonight.
Yeah, Timberlake's got one senior, but you got to remember those guys played against some pretty good competition in practice. We got two veteran coaches, Brian Severn in his 30th year and Coach Smith in his 22nd, and they'll be really prepared, and we'll have a great game.
Well, this should be fun. Timberlake won 28-26 a year ago, and the difference has been a touchdown or less in 4 of the last 6 games between these two. It's 100 degrees as we get underway. The opening kick is squibbed and picked up at the 41-yard line. That was picked up.
Number 2.
Paxton Glenn. The 7 and the 2 look pretty similar, and DJ Laupie's number 7. He's hurt and he's out. So Timberlake will take over first down and 10, and they will start this drive at the 41-yard line. High school football's back, Coach.
Yeah, I saw him working on that squib kick, the recovery and practice there, so they must have anticipated that.
Peyton Pierce is the quarterback. Maverick Judd and Blake Choate will be either lined up in the backfield or split out to the left or right. And from the shotgun, Pierce on first down and 10 from the 41. And before the first play gets underway, it was going to be a handoff to Maverick Judd. Whistles blow the ball dead. We hope that's not what things to come in the 2023 football season. We don't want to get off on the wrong foot. The penalty marks them back 5 yards, back to the 36. So first down and 15. Maverick Judd lined up in the backfield. Hit the starters for you as we go here. Quarterback Peyton Pierce. Pete Gwynn's an end. Maverick Judd at running back. Blake Choate will be in the backfield as well. This time it's Maverick Judd on first down. Bounces off of a tackle, and then he was slowed down for a moment before he stumbled forward. The tackle will go to Ford Smith, the safety, and a gain on first down of about 2, and it will be second down and 8.
You're going to have to give him about 6 because he had a 5-yard penalty.
Oh, you're right. Exactly right.
6 or 7.
My first game of the year,
That's
too.
All right.
Yeah, so the line to gain out to the 44-yard line, he'll gain 8. So second down and 8 now. The I formation, tight set, up under center this time is Pierce. He looks over that defense. And pitch left side, it's Judd again. Judd across the 45-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds at about the 47, gaining 3. It's tackled by Eric Doherty.
Yeah, good pitch sweep there. Just plain tailback pitch going to the left side. Good blocking there by the fullback, Blake Choate.
So third down and 5 now from the 47-yard line. Tom Nelson, the coach Randy Turney, with you from Covington Douglas High School tonight in eastern Garfield County. Class B Covington Douglas against Class C Timberlake. Our first third down play of the ball game. Handed off to Judd, and he'll spin off one tackle, but he's coming up short. Tackled by Blake Hamlet, the defensive end. And they'll have fourth down and 4. So a fourth down decision on the opening drive of the ball game for Coach Brian Severn. He's been at Timberlake. This is year number 30 for him. When you're there long enough and you're good enough, you get the stadium named after him. That's happened to Coach Severn, Timberlake.
Very deserving, too. Not only a good football coach, but a great person.
So Maverick Judd, the first 3 carries of the ball game, it's 4th down and 4. That's one thing you will see in 8-man football. They'll go for it a lot on 4th down. Play clock down under 7 now. Can't draw him off. Option pitch near side. Judd will get the first down, and then he was tripped up. Derek Doherty with the tackle down to the 45-yard line.
Good read there by the quarterback there to make that pitch and get the first down.
Now, if you think Maverick Judd's name sounds familiar, he did play last year as a freshman, but his older brother, Merrick Judd, was a stud at Timberlake. A state championship team a couple of years ago. He's playing at NEO now up in Miami. So first down and 10 from the 45-yard line as Timberlake is in Covington Douglas territory, opening possession of the ball game, 9 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the first quarter. Pitch near side, it's Judd again, turns it up. Hit the afterburners, but he was slowed down and tackled by Cash Pearson. Derek Doherty in there in the mix as well. A gain of 3 brings up second down and 7. The ball down to the 42-yard line. So Judd's gotten the carry on every play. That's 5 carries now for him.
Yep. Pearson's been very active, too, on the defense for Covington. The linebacker, junior linebacker, made 2 or 3 stops already on this first series.
5 carries, 23 yards rushing for Judd. This will be play number 6 of the drive that started back on the 41-yard line before they moved back 5 yards to the 36 on the penalty. They're letting that play clock tick down, shortening up the game.
Yep. I think that's a game plan there.
And there's a fumble, and Covington Douglas jumps on it, covers the fumble. That is Cash Pearson. He made the tackle on the last play. He's Johnny on the spot right there. And Covington Douglas will take over first down and 10 from their own 45.
Yeah, quarterback pulled out a little bit quick at time, and Pearson there was Johnny on the spot. Made a lot of good plays on that first series.
They'll actually mark it at the 43-yard line. And that is where the Wildcats will take over for the first time. They will start this drive with 8 minutes and 42 seconds to play in the first quarter. The quarterback is Ford Smith. Gavin Hooten is the running back, and he'll get the ball on first down, accelerates into the hole, and he'll be pushed back about 5 yards downfield as he was stopped by Carson Shepard. We'll call his name a lot tonight, but a gain on first down of about 5 to bring up second down and 5. And Gavin Hooten had a good season a year ago, 1,474 yards rushing, 22 total touchdowns. Ford Smith wants to throw this time. Now he'll run, and he will get near the stick. Looks like he got the first down before he was pushed back by Pete Gwynn. So across midfield and down to the 47-yard line. It will be a first down. Move the chains. They're going to mark it to the 46. Gain of 6 on the carry by the quarterback, Ford Smith, Coach Brian Smith's son. First down and 10 in Timberlake territory. Smith, little play action, rolling to his left, being chased. He'll try to find some running room, and he'll be chased down. Maverick Judd makes a great play right there in the backfield.
Yep. Good pursuit that time, Judd. And smart play on Smith's part to not try to force anything there, just take the loss.
Loss of 2 brings up second down and 12. And they're going to give him a 1-yard loss. So I'm working at the 47-yard line, so a loss of 1 on the play. Second down and 11. Ford Smith yet to throw for the first time. He had good numbers passing the ball a year ago. Over 2,000 yards passing. This time it is Hooten again. And Hooten inside the 40-yard line down to the 39. Picks up a pretty good chunk right there.
Yeah, run the jet sweep that time to Hooten, and he did a nice job. Instead of going outside, saw a big hole up the middle and made nice yardage there to make short, third and short now.
5th play of the drive, third down and 2. Covington Douglas trying to capitalize on the first turnover of the ball game. There's Hooten again trying to turn it up right side, and he'll come up about a yard or two short. So another 4th down situation. Last time we saw this, Timberlake turned it over. 4th and 1, down to the 37-yard line. Almost halfway through the first quarter. Season opener, 0 week in Oklahoma. First game of one of the first games of the season because we're here on a Thursday night. Most of the game's going to be tomorrow. Now 4th down and 1. I think somebody jumped in Covington Douglas going backwards.
Well, it's a backbreaker there. You got 4th and 1, and now you're 4th and 6. Sure changes the play call.
Yeah, Fort Smith a year ago threw for 2,020 yards. He also rushed for 674. So, I mean, he's a dual threat quarterback for you.
Yeah, and he's just a junior, too.
Yep.
So he's got another year to get.
So 2nd down and 6. Back at the 42. And he'll throw for the first time today. Has time across the middle. It's intercepted. He threw it right to Maverick Judd. How many times are we going to call Maverick Judd's name tonight? Every play so far in this game, except for, well, I guess 2, the offensive plays by Covington Douglas. But yeah, that's a pick.
He's trying to hit a deep cross across the middle there, and I don't think he saw Judd because he threw it right between the numbers.
That was room service right there. So,
one turnover versus one turnover.
Exactly right.
We're still in the middle of the field.
So 1st down and 10 for Timberlake. They will start this drive at their own 47-yard line. The drive will start with 5 minutes and 59 seconds to play in the first quarter. So Timberlake gets the ball back. It was Maverick Judd, Maverick Judd, Maverick Judd, Maverick Judd, the first possession. Then they fumbled on the 4th down and short. And that tight-eye formation. And they will give off to Judd this time. And this time Covington Douglas has it sniffed out a little bit.
There's Pearson again.
Yep.
Somebody better block the linebacker because he's made about 3 or 4 tackles already in the first quarter.
And no gain on the play. Maverick Judd, it's 2nd down and 10, we'll say. Yeah, those 2 linebackers for Covington Douglas, Pearson and Doherty, a year ago combined for 232 tackles. They're very aggressive. 2nd down and a long 9, short 10 is what I'll call it. Wide out to the near side. There's another fumble. Pierce will fall on it, but he's going to be gang tackled back in the back. Big loss. Let's see where they give him the, quote, forward possession to. They'll give him to the 40-yard line, 41-yard line, a loss of 6. And Coach Brian Severin told me in the pregame, he said, we're going to be a lot better in October and November than we are now. And we're kind of seeing those first game jitters so far in this one. It'll be 3rd down and 18. And 3rd down and about 17. Line of scrimmage is between the 40 and the 41. Still no score here in the first quarter. Fabian Field in Covington, Oklahoma. This time Pierce to throw. Left side, ball is caught by Maverick Judd, and Maverick will struggle out to the 44-yard line, picking up just 3. That is the first pass completion for Pierce. And it will be 4th down. And there's a 10-mile-an-hour wind blowing from right to left, which Timberlake would be punting into. And we'll see if they bring out Maverick Judd to punt it into the breeze. Fourth down and 12. It looks like, well, they could, quick kick, most likely the snap to Judd. They're going to blow a whistle first.
I was watching Coach over there. The other coaches were talking to him, and he said, I can tell. He said, let me think about this a little bit.
We'll let him think about it. We'll take a break. 3:44 to play in the first quarter. Scoreless between Covington Douglas and Timberlake, and you're watching it on the Squirtle Game of the Week.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local VOTEC, we are Autry Technology Center.
So,
well, no points on the board, but 2 turnovers in this one, and we're looking at 4th down and 13. And now it looks like Maverick Judd will step back inside his 35-yard line to punt, and hurrying back deep is Gavin Hoot. This is into a little bit of a breeze, around 10 miles an hour. The snap, no rush, the kick is away. Low line drive with a nice bounce at the end, picked up by Hooten at the 19-yard line, and he'll get across the 25 to the 26.
First guy there was number 21, Braden Ulwich.
So Covington Douglas, their second possession of the ball game, will start 1st down and 10 from their own 26-yard line.
Got a flag over here. I don't know what we got.
Back at the line of scrimmage.
That's against Timberlake.
See Brian Smith down there on the near sideline, head coach for Covington Douglas, starting his 22nd year at the helm. His record 143 up and 94 down. He's built a nice little program here in Covington.
And Coach Kaiser's been there helping him most of the time. Does a good job coaching the defense.
So they'll start the drive from the 26-yard line.
There's a penalty being marched off.
Hope they're going to take it out to the 31. Illegal formation. So Ford Smith, who ended the last drive with the pick to Maverick Judd. How many times will I say Merrick tonight? That's at least once. Maverick taking over for his older brother, who's now at NEO playing football. Time to give it off to Hooten. And Hooten across the 35-yard line out to the 38. He'll pick up a nice 7-yard gain.
Yeah.
They'll mark him clear to the 39, give him 8.
Yeah, Hooten's got a nice little burst there. Doesn't take long for him to get going.
3 carries, 18 yards rushing for Gavin Hooten. He's a 5'9", 152-pound senior. Almost 1,500 yards rushing a year ago. 2nd down and 2. As Covington Douglas looks to move the chains. Hooten again. Nice little cut and the 1st down to the 37. He'll pick up a couple, which will be enough to move the chains.
Nice block there that time by number 55, Frank.
Yeah, Frankie with the nice setup for it. Actually gain a 5 out of the 44.
You get plus numbers because he got a pancake block.
Yeah. 1st down and 10 on a hot night in Covington. Beautiful night in Covington, except for the temperatures. We're used to the temperatures now. Ford Smith looks to his left, throws right. Little inside screen pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, intended for Griffin that time, but kind of wasn't a bad ball. He just kind of got in a hurry, I think, to take off.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup for Covington Douglas. A quarterback, Ford Smith. You've got Gavin Hooten. They'll run him between the slot, running back position. Miguel Tarango's out there in the backfield as well, either slot or in the backfield. Your split ends are Cade Griffin and Camden Thayer rotating in there. Your tight end is Derek Doherty. And the offensive line, the 2 guards are Michael Duggar and Cooper Sherman. As around the right side goes Ford Smith.
Flag, 2 flags.
And your center is Trevor Frankie.
Probably holding over there on the end.
It is the first game of the season. They did have the scrimmage last week, but you got to get some of that stuff out of your system. We're talking about how good this series has been in the season opening games for these teams over the last 5, 6, 7 years. The contract ends after this year. They won't play each other in the season opener next year. I don't think they're going to play each other at all next year. So there's been some good games here. I mean, last year was 28-26 Timberlake. Kind of a blowout in 21. Timberlake won 46-18, but before that in 19, Timberlake 42-34. Covington Douglas with the win in 2018, 44-36. And then back in 2016, Timberlake won a 24-22 game.
A holding call on Covington.
We'll mark it all the way back to the 37-yard line. It'll be second down at about 17 or so. Stack 3 wide receivers to the near side. They're going to set up something to the near side. The ball is caught, and Camden Thayer wants to throw, and he overshot his man. Showing us something in the first quarter of the opening game of the season. Had his man, Cade Griffin, wide open, couldn't find him.
Yep, get a little wrinkle there by Coach Smith. If he had just put a little air under it and let him just go run under it.
So now it'll be third down and 17. Covington Douglas, I'm liking their look. Very old school, basic look.
Might see that play again, Tom. Later
it almost worked.
Yeah, he was like 15 or 20 yards open.
Into the backfield. Smith rolling right to throw, has a man, and off the fingertips of Hooten, incomplete. And that'll be fourth down and 17. Talking about Covington Douglas's uniforms, I like that old school look. The blue, the royal blue and the white, the Wildcats.
You just like it. You just like it because it looks like K-State's uniform.
I also like it because I can see the numbers really well. That is the most important thing. We've got Tyler Kerr on producing our game tonight, and I'll never forget the Pond Creek Hunter uniforms a few years ago when he was there that I couldn't read to save my life. My eyes are worse now. Punting on fourth down and long is Hooten, and taking on the bounce.
24.
Short return by Alex Brewer. And so we are 10 minutes into the opener. Nobody scored yet. So you people watching 8-man football for the first time across the state, you might be catching us on the Sports Animal app. It's not all track meets in 8-man football. You can play some defense too, and both teams off to a little bit of a slow start.
Especially if you have two teams that are well coached.
Yes, that's exactly right. And these teams are very, very well coached. So the drive will start from the 24. First down and 10. Merrick Judd has carried it every time except for the sack by Peyton Pierce, the quarterback. So you see somebody else gets a carry. It's going to be a roll to his right this time. Pierce looks for room, and he overshoots his intended receiver. It's to Judd coming out of the backfield, kind of crossing from left to right, incomplete.
Good play design that time. Had him drag it across there and just overthrew it.
So that'll bring up second down and 10. Tom Nelson, the coach. Randy Turney tonight in Covington. Tyler Kerr, our producer engineer. Camden Billy upstairs on camera, the former Thomas Terrier. He's a big guy. He's taking up some room upstairs. Second down and 10. Pitch. And around the corner, going left side, is Camden Thayer. Might have been Brewer on that carry.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
23.
That'd be Carson Shepard. So gain on the, actually a loss on the play, not gain a play of 3 to the 27. And it's third down and long. Little pitch, nothing doing.
Having trouble handling it.
They really are.
Center quarterback exchange.
That ball just happened to end up in the hands of Maverick Judd, and they're lucky.
I don't know if the ball's getting sweaty or if they're just pulling out too quick.
So now fourth down and 7. And we may see our second Timberlake punt of the night. Maverick Judd will step back inside his 20-yard line. Let's see if Gavin Hooten can get a return on this one. He'll stand inside his 45. Low snap, there's trouble. Here comes the rush. Judd will kick it away. He'll get it away. That's impressive.
Yeah, that is.
And it will take a roll inside the 40-yard line and will die at the 37. Timberlake will take all the breaks like that they can get.
That might have been the best play of the game so far, because that was pretty smart on his part.
37-yard punt. Wow. So Covington Douglas will take over first down and 10. The line of scrimmage, the 36. They'll start the drive with 1:03 to play in the first quarter. And we've got a timeout. It's a little water break. We'll take a break as well. I can say break one more time. You're watching the game of the week on Squirtle.
So, not real big on paying bank fees? Well, that's okay. It means you're smart with your money and you know how to get a good deal. You're a credit union kind of person, and Communication Federal is your kind of credit union. In fact, Pay Me Checking puts real money right into your account every time you use your Visa debit card, online or in stores. Pay Me Checking, the free account that pays you, only from Communication Federal Credit Union.
Electricity, that's what we've been about since 1936. Since then, Cimarron's mission of bringing electricity to its members has been nothing short of successful. But over the years, it's become more than that. It's about powering our neighbors' heating in the winter, keeping the lights on at the ball field, and keeping your phones charged to capture those special moments. We are proud to be part of your community. Thank you for being part of Cimarron for all of these years.
First down and 10 for the Wildcats. A minute and change remaining in the first quarter, and on first down, ball picked up off the bounce by Ford Smith. He'll go to a knee and be down right there, a loss of 2. And this has not been a very impressive first quarter for either one of these teams. They're struggling to hold on to the football and make the little plays, the basic plays. Second down and 11. Ford Smith with Hooten beside him. Little play action pass right side, inside screen. The ball is caught. Not a whole lot of running room, though, for Cade Griffin as he was collapsed on. Tackles looks like a Carson Shepard is in there. Also, Christopher Dillard.
Yep. Little inside screen there and good pursuit by Timberlake.
The 37-yard line, a gain of 2. Third and long. Screen pass set up this time. They want to get Hooten in space, and he'll find some running room, make a couple of Tigers miss, and he'll get the first down on third down and long. Out to the 49-yard line. He'll pick up 12.
Quarter time.
And with that, we will end the first quarter. Just shy of midfield for Covington Douglas. No score. Our opening game of the season here on the Squirtle Game of the Week.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business, and remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Well, the longest offensive play of the first quarter happened right before the end of the quarter. The run by Gavin Hooten, or the catch and run by Gavin, or the pass, catch, and run by Gavin Hooten. That's what I want to say. First down and 10 from the 49-yard line just across midfield. And Smith going from left to right this time. Ball is, it's juggled. Did he may have control? He did not.
No. He caught it, but after he was out of bounds.
Yeah, Tarango had it in his hands, but he juggled it, and by the time he was able to reel it in, he had taken a step out of bounds, so incomplete.
Good throw there by Smith.
So it'll be second down and 10. In that first quarter, we had 2 turnovers and 3 punts. Neither team able to score. Second down and 10, empty the backfield. Put Hooten in motion from right to left. Now, pass left side, the little inside screen. The ball is through the hands and incomplete. Was intended for Camden Thayer. And now it's third down and long again, which is the situation Covington Douglas was in when they hit on the play to Hooten on the screen pass. Picked up 12 and got the first down. Same position, just shy of midfield.
They had that play set up pretty good. They had a good throw that time. Get a lot of blockers out in front of him.
Here comes the 6th play of the drive. Third down and 10. Screen pass is set up in the hands of Tarango, and Tarango.
Nice play.
Maverick Judd makes a big play in space right there. It's 4th down and 10.
If not for him, that play was going to go for a first down.
So 4th down and 10, and punting into the breeze will be Gavin Hooten.
He's back a long ways back there. Uh-oh.
To the up man, looking for the first down run. There goes Ford Smith, and he
Didn't
stepped out of
make it.
bounds a yard short. He didn't make it.
Nope.
He was run out of bounds by Braden Ulrich.
I think that's a pretty good play call.
Yeah, so he'll end up picking up 8, but he needed 10. And so Timberlake will take over first down and 10. They'll start the drive at their own 42. Neither team has had a sustained drive. All the actions being between the 30s pretty much.
Yep, playing in the middle of the field.
And this drive will start with 11:06 to play in the second quarter. First and 10 from the 42. And the delay, somebody moved. Yep, 5 yards back. You know, we talk about Coach Smith and Coach Severin. They're pulling their hair out right now. Of course, Coach Smith doesn't have much, but this is a struggle to watch. I guarantee you after, a month of practice?
Yep. What Coach Severin has is gray, and it's getting grayer.
It's getting grayer. So back to the 37-yard line. First down and 15. Timberlake has been going to Maverick Judd early and often in this one. Pierce floating to his right. Has a man, one-on-one coverage, incomplete. Was trying to find Paxton Glenn on the far sideline. Pretty good coverage down there. That was Ford Smith on the coverage.
Yep. Both quarterbacks need to take a little bit off of it and give their offense a little bit chance to catch something.
Second down and 15. Sun is going down behind us. That temperature may drop about 5 or 6 degrees, hopefully. Second and long. Pierce across the middle into traffic. There were more blue jerseys there than white.
And Caesar didn't turn around and look for the ball either. It was intended for a shoot.
Peyton Pierce is 1 for 4 passing. The little 3-yard completion to Maverick Judd back in the first quarter, his first attempt. Maverick Judd, 7 carries, 23 yards rushing.
Run a little screen play here to Judd, get him out here in the open territory here and see what he can do. Now
Pierce being chased. Steps out of the tackle, throws it downfield. The ball is broken up. The pass was intended for Blake Choate.
Broken up by number 4.
Yeah, Hooten comes up there and makes the play. So now 4th down and long.
Good coverage there by Hooten. 5'9" senior.
Well, Brian Severin told me before the game he didn't know what to expect. He said, I made the comment, we do these games because I want good, close games. He goes, you may not get a good, close game tonight. And I'm going, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, we're not very good right now. We'll be better in November. You're kind of seeing it. But still scoreless here with 10:48 to play in the first half. Judd will punt this away with the wind. He booms it, and field position could be huge in this ball game. Smith on the return, back across the 30-yard line. I think they're going to say about the 28 or so is where he went out.
Tackle by number 28, Blake Choate, about 6'2" junior. Good coverage there by Timberlake. And a good punt by Mr. Judd.
Yeah, booming punt with the breeze that time. So let's say the 29-yard line is where this drive will start. First down and 10, 10:36 to play in the first half. Tom Nelson, the old ball coach, Randy Turney with you from Fabian Field in Covington, Oklahoma tonight. 8-man football, a couple of really good teams here. Fighting to a draw so far. On first down, this is the first carry.
Might be a face mask, we'll see.
And that was the first carry of the ball game by Tarango. He had a catch earlier, that's his first carry. Did they grab that face mask? They did. So they'll mark it off from the original line of scrimmage. It will be a 5-yard penalty out to the 34-yard line. And it will be first down and 5. Hooten's in motion now. Bad snap, and they hung Ford Smith out to dry, and he's sacked way behind the line of scrimmage by
number 4.
That's Christopher Diller. Diller's not even a starter. He's come in, made a couple of big plays.
Yep, 5'9" junior. I think that hit the man in motion.
Back to the 27-yard line, a loss of 7. And second down and 13. Smith steps up, has a man. Hooten's open, just let him a little too much. Hooten had beaten his man. He had beaten Pierce.
It's number.
Oh, take it back.
Yeah, Ulrich, I think.
It's Ulrich, you're right.
Yep.
Blake.
He got caught looking into the backfield.
So third down and 13 now. And another sack.
Yep. 23-88.
Give credit. Carson Shepard, also Caleb Ware in the mix.
Yep.
But a big loss. Back to the 22.
Ford had Smith had no chance there.
Covington Douglas just went backwards on that possession. Line of scrimmage was the 29. It'll be fourth down and about 17 or 18 or so. And this will be a punt into the breeze by Hooten.
He needs to move up.
That'll angle out of bounds, and Timberlake will have their best starting field position of the ball game.
Yep.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 punts, a fumble, an interception, and then Ford on fourth down didn't come up with anything. But the key thing is no score in this one. 9:05 to play in the first quarter. So Timberlake will take over. They'll start it at the 42. And that will be in Covington Douglas territory. An I formation with the fullback and the tailback. Pitch right side. This time it's Maverick Judd leading the way, and the carry by Blake Choate. Choate will get inside the 40-yard line and chug down inside the 35 to the 33. He'll pick up 9.
Nothing fancy there. Just pitch sweep.
Yep.
Get behind your blocker and let's go.
Under 9 minutes to play in the first half. Blake Choate with the carry. He's a 6'2", 180-pound junior. This time Pierce to throw. A little short, incomplete. That pass intended for Carson Shepard, now 3rd down and 1. That's kind of an expendable play right there on 2nd and short. See if you can make something happen. Now you've got 3rd and 1 and 2 down territory.
See if you can catch them sleeping on that play, but pretty well covered.
Third and 1. Tried to give it to Judd, who was lined up in the fullback position. He fumbles the football, and laying on top of it and keeping the possession was Blake Choate. So now it'll be 4th down and 2. He'll lose a yard back to the 34-yard line. So 4th down and 2 at the 34. They've got to get inside the 32 to move the chains. Boy, neither team has really threatened to score yet in this ball game. 4th and 2. Give it to Maverick Judd, and he didn't make it.
Nope.
He got blown. Really in the backfield. The handoff was just off kilter a little bit.
Yep.
He'll gain a yard, but he needed 2.
Yep. Didn't get him blocking that time. He got hit before he got going.
And he had to hesitate. Yeah, he couldn't accelerate after he'd come to a complete stop. So, another empty trip for the Timberlake Tigers. And now Covington Douglas will take over 1st down and 10. This drive will start at the 33-yard line with 8:13 to play in the first half. And all the drives have started between the 30s. There was one drive started at the 25-yard line for Timberlake. This time Covington Douglas with a chance here. Ford Smith calls his own number. Gets into the secondary and gets a 1st down out to the 45. He'll pick up 12 on 1st down.
Number 4, Christopher Diller, 5'9" junior, one of the few players on the stop for the Tigers.
Well, with that gain, 12-yard gain by Ford Smith, he has 7 carries for 12 yards. He was at 0 before that one. 1st down and 10. Gavin Hooten really hasn't been able to get untracked either. Ford Smith again, that is going to go to what's working at this point. And he'll pick up about 4. Just get right to the midfield stripe to the 50-yard line. Give him a gain of 5. Be 2nd down and 5. So back-to-back plays carrying by the quarterback Smith. Right now you're looking for anything that'll work. Right at the midfield stripe. Put Hooten in motion. Give it off to Hooten. Tries to get to the edge over here, and he will get a few. He was tackled low by William Crane, but he gets the 1st down.
Yep.
Inside the 45-yard line to the 44, picking up 6.
Yep, Crane and Brewer on the stop. They got some going here now. If I can just don't make a mistake here, get a penalty, and keep the chains going forward.
1st down and 10, 44-yard line. Squirtle game of the week, our first one of the 2023 season, bringing you 8-man football from the fields of eastern Garfield County in Covington. Ford Smith again, right side 40, steps out of bounds at about the 37. A little keeper to the near side, and he'll gain, mark 37-yard line. He'll pick up 7 yards.
Yeah, good interior block there. Number 21, Blake Hamlet, to get him going there. block on the nose tackle.
It's happening. Covington is getting good yardage on first down, setting a little easier to move those chains. Hooten this time turns it up, almost had it stripped away, holds on to it and gets down inside the 30-yard line. Looks like they'll mark him right at the 30, gaining 7. Yeah, this is by far the best drive of the ball game for either team. 6 carries for 36 yards rushing for Gavin Hooten.
Linebacker number 23, Carson Shepard, 5'10" junior on the stop for Timberlake.
So first down and 10 in Timberlake territory. We may have a timeout called by Brian Severin. We do. We'll take a break. 6:21 to play in the first half. We're scoreless. Timberlake and Covington Douglas. You're watching the Squirtle Game of the Week.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news. The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
Why be a Ranger? At Northwest.
Covington Douglas, first down and 10. They're knocking at the door now at the Timberlake 30-yard line. Best offensive parry of the contest for either team. First time really anybody's threatened to score. And Ford Smith will do what's been working, angling left this time. He's tackled from behind by Caleb Ware. Pick up a couple 3 on first down. They might even give him 4, which is not bad. Keeps you on schedule.
Yep, good backside pursuit by Ware, the defensive end.
So the 4-yard gain by Ford Smith. Smith, 6'1", 162-pound quarterback on the offensive side of the ball, plays safety on the defensive side. And turning up the middle, some running room this time near the first down. And that is the first carry of the night for Camden Thayer. Thayer down to the 23-yard line. We'll pick up 3. Bringing up third down and a long one, almost 2. Ford Smith, right side, first down. Tackled from behind by C.J. Watkins, but not enough. Move the chains inside the 20-yard line.
That's good for no Wildcat, first down.
C.J.'s good-looking lineman, 6'2", 200-pound sophomore.
That's a 9-yard gain right there. First down and 10, and Covington Douglas can get a first down inside the 5-yard line. Under 5 to play in the first half in a scoreless ball game. Low snap picked up by Ford Smith, and he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and a flag comes in the backfield. I'm wondering if somebody might have held as they're trying to protect their quarterback.
I'm going to say face mask.
There you go, Coach. And so the sack will end up working as a positive, the 5-yard penalty. Down to the 9-yard line. Here comes the 10th play of the drive. It started back at their own 33-yard line. Hooten out in the right flat, and he's strung out. Strung out by Judd. I take it back. You're right. It's Pete Gwynn.
Yep.
13, not 12.
No, yep.
lose some yardage.
Yeah, they get the block on the defensive back that time. Kind of fought it off and did a good job of forcing a loss.
Now, they dropped you shouldn't be dropping the sticks right here. They can get the first down inside
they got when they got that penalty.
Penalty, okay.
Yeah. It's
You're right.
Second and goal.
And we've got a timeout. 4:11 to play in the first half. Scoreless ball game between Timberlake and Covington Douglas. You're watching it on Squirtle's Game of the Week.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice.
4 minutes and change left in the first half here in Covington. Timberlake and Covington Douglas scoreless. It is second down and goal for the Wildcats at the Timberlake 10-yard line. This is the first time either team has been this deep in on the other team's field. Shadow the goalpost down here. Can Covington Douglas draw first blood in this one? We're going to put Ford Smith out to the right in a slot and a direct snap to Hooten. Now Smith's in motion. Give it to him on the jet sweep. And he'll step out of one tackle. He got a lot more out of that play than it deserved. And then late. Little joshing after the play there. Body goes hitting the turf in the end zone.
And Smith did a good job of getting out of that initial tackle that time by number 28, Shote. Could have lost 2 or 3 yards, but made a nice play to get some positive yardage.
Got 5 out of it, which makes it third down and goal from the 5-yard line. They'll line up Hooten in the backfield. They're going to fake the give, and now it's Hooten up the middle, and he is stopped.
24.
Stop was Alex Brewer, the safety coming up and making that play.
Yep, 5'6" sophomore.
So he'll pick up 3, and it's going to be 4th and goal at the 2-yard line. Fourth down and goal. Hooten will take the direct snap, put the man in motion. Gavin Hooten angling left, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown. He had to push through some traffic. He was almost caught behind the line of scrimmage, but Gavin Hooten will score from 2 yards out.
Yep. Get in there and run behind that big center you got, which is what they did. Number 55, Trevor Frankie.
And it took 22 minutes. Take it back, it took 21 minutes, but we finally got a touchdown in the 2023 season. They'll go for 2, exactly 3 minutes to play in the first half. Covington Douglas on top 6-0. We've got to get this. It's got plenty of time, I guess, on the play clock. Looking to the near sideline to Coach Smith. The 2-point conversion from the left hash. And a timeout. Let's take a break. 3 minutes to play in the first half. 2-point conversion upcoming as Covington Douglas leads 6-0. You're watching it on Squirtle.tv.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Anger, anxiety, worry, and disbelief, these are normal emotions to feel with an unplanned pregnancy. You have options, and you are not alone. Hope Pregnancy Center in Alva is a safe, confidential, and compassionate place.
After the timeout, Covington Douglas will go for 2 after the 2-yard touchdown run by Gavin Hooten. He had 22 touchdowns a year ago, his first of the year, and Ford Smith the throw, and it's intercepted. It was deflected at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. So let's take a break. 6-0 Covington Douglas. We're back after this. You're watching it on Squirtle.tv.
Anger, anxiety, worry, and disbelief, these are normal emotions to feel with an unplanned pregnancy. You have options, and you are not alone. Hope Pregnancy Center in Alva is a safe, confidential, and compassionate place to land. Hope offers free pregnancy testing and ultrasound, and you will be provided education for all your options. Remember, you aren't alone. We can help with hope. Visit thinkimpregnant.org. That's thinkimpregnant.org.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane?
That was a nice long drive. 13 plays, covered 67 yards. It took 5 minutes and 13 seconds off the clock, and it was Gavin Hooten scoring from 2 yards out. 2-point conversion, no good on the incomplete pass. 3 minutes to play in the first half. It's 6-0 Covington Douglas. And Timberlake will get the ball back as the darkness descends on Fabian Field in Covington. And it's a relatively temperate 92 degrees outside right now. It's like October. Onside kick is covered right at the midfield stripe by Paxton Glenn. Take it back, it's Paxton Glenn. And so good field position now after the touchdown for Timberlake. No time came off the clock, so 3 minutes to play. They trail 6-0. It has been a struggle. Peyton Pierce throwing the football is 1 for 6 for 3 yards. Merrick Judd 8 carries for 28 yards rushing. Blake Chode has 2 carries for 8. And on first down option, pitch right side as Maverick Judd turns it up, and he will step out of bounds just shy of the first down. Boy, they're trying to get Maverick Judd open, get him some running room. The injured player on the field is Michael Duggar for Covington Douglas, the senior. He's the nose guard. With a gain of 8 down to the 42-yard line. So now Timberlake is in Covington Douglas territory. Clock stop with 2:53 to play in the first half. Maverick Judd, we talked about how much work he's going to get this year. He was a preseason All-Stater in Class C at tight end. And we've got a timeout. Let's pay a bill or two. 2:53 to play in the first half. 6-0 Covington Douglas. You're watching the game of the week on a Thursday night here on Squirtle.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports on the plains of eastern Garfield County in Covington, Oklahoma. Football field on the extreme east side of town. You look right out the press box to our east, you can almost see I-35 over there. It's pretty flat. A lot of wind farms out there, a lot of wind turbines to the east of us here. Beautiful night for football as it cools down just a tad. It's 2nd down and 2 at the 42-yard line for Timberlake, trailing 6-0. Pitch it near side. Here comes Maverick Judd, now angling back to the middle of the field. And a flag will fly as he tried to find some running room back toward the middle of the field. And good job for Covington Douglas staying with it.
Hold on.
Yeah, so, well, that happens a lot in that kind of a situation.
88.
Start going back against the grain. There's a chance you're going to get that flag for a hold. That's exactly what happened right there. Of course, the officials discussing it. Timberlake next week. They've got a big rivalry game at home. The Highway 58 war as they take on the Ringwood Red Devils. Right here next week, Covington Douglas at home. They'll take on a good Medford team. Medford's going to be good this year in Class C. Same district as Timberlake. Illegal block below the waist. So they'll mark it off from the line of scrimmage, I believe, the 42-yard line. Yeah, Timberlake, Ringwood next week, then on the road at Wacomas, at DCLA. They play Tyrone. That could be a good ball game. And then at Waynoka. That Waynoka game is going to be one of the best 8-man football games in the state. That's a pretty good rivalry game, too. They'll mark it back 10, back across midfield. Now 15, all the way back to the 44-yard line. So after that, it will be 2nd down and a bunch. They're marking it at the 44-yard line of Timberlake. They've got to get inside the 40 of Covington Douglas to move the chains. So 2nd down and 2 turns into 2nd and 16. With 2:38 to play in the first half. Pierce, pass caught right side. Making some running room, making some work there for himself and picking up about 5 or so. That is Paxton Glenn.
Yep, good run after catch.
So for Glenn, his first catch of the night, only the 2nd pass completion. And the gain from the 44-yard line back across midfield to the 45, so we'll pick up 9. And that will bring up 3rd down and 5, manageable here. Clock is stopped with 2:25 to play as Glenn stepped out of bounds to stop the clock.
You got 2 plays here to make 5 yards.
Nope. Before the play gets underway, the play clock hits 0. That's going to move them back 5. Boy, it's been the little things like that that frustrates a coach. So they'll move it back across midfield. Just shot across the 50-yard line. Did they get the timeout? No. Okay, they reset the play clock, and so it's not a penalty. It's going to be 3rd down and 5. Producer engineer Tyler Kerr all over that one right to my right. Pierce to throw. Across the middle, running a post pattern was Brayton Orich. pass incomplete and a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
That's what we got.
Boy, this game is slowed to a crawl.
Those officials, they're not the speediest in the world on executing their penalties.
Now they're marking a back 10, back across midfield to the 45-yard line. Going backwards again. So 3rd down and 15.
I shouldn't be talking because they're faster than I'd be.
So back to 3rd down and 15, back into Timberlake territory. Stick around. Coming up at halftime, we'll recap the first half, which will not take long, get you all the stats, and we'll take a look at the few games that are going on across the state on the Squirtle scoreboard. I know one of them in our area, Kremlin, Hillsdale, and Covington and DCLA tonight. Judd to throw back to the quarterback and almost picked off. Tried to get it back to Pierce. Tarango almost had himself an interception. So 4th down and 15 now with under 2 to play. And you would think that Maverick Judd would get a chance to unleash his leg again with the wind. Get a chance to pin Covington Douglas back. Last time he punted it with the wind, he boomed it. He'll stand back inside his 35-yard line. This one not as pretty, but it's pretty effective. It will die at about the 20-yard line. Let's see where they're going to mark this one off at.
No return.
No return is the key there. Right at the 20-yard line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 punts in the first half of this one. You thought there'd be 6 punts in this ball game. I take the over-under on punts at about 3 or so, and 6 in the first half. So the drive will start with 1:49 to play in the first half, and first down and 10 for the 21-yard line.
You're starting to sound like Phil Mickelson now.
Smith finds some running room, lowers his shoulder at the stick and picks up 10. He had somebody open downfield, but he was in running mode by then, yeah.
Flag in the backfield. That's usually not a good sign.
Yeah, exactly, for the team on the offensive side of the football.
Right.
They're giving him the gain they're giving him the 10-yard gain. Out to the 30 or a 9-yard gain. Now give him 10. 31. Smith, near side, one-on-one coverage, overshot his intended receiver, trying to find Justice Hooten. On the coverage was Alex Brewer, the safety. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. With a minute and a half to play in the first half. Covington Douglas leading 6-0. They scored on their last possession. 13-play drive, 67 yards, a 2-yard run by Gavin Hooten. And this time, trying to find some running room is Tarango. Not a whole lot there. Out across just shy of the 35-yard line to the 34. So he'll pick up 3. It's 3rd down and 7. Smith has some time now. Now he wants to run, and he can't get to the near sideline. He's chased down and tackled. He picked up a couple, but he needed more than that. And that was Carson Shepard on the tackle. He picks out to the 37-yard line, but that's not enough. He'll pick up 3. 4th down and 2. 40 seconds to play in the first half. Big play. If they don't get this, Timberlake has time, and they just drew him off sides. Hard count by Ford Smith.
First down.
Yep.
That'll be good for Wildcat. First down.
He drew William Crane off, the freshman. And now William Crane is taken out of the ball game, and Coach Severin giving him some teaching time, I'm sure. So first down and 10, 47-yard line. Ball's caught this time, and stepping out of bounds. The catch was made by Cade Griffin.
That'll be good for another Wildcat first down.
So the gain from the 44-yard line into Timberlake territory at the 43. And a 13 on the hookup. Cade Griffin's second catch of the night. 26 seconds to play as Griffin stepped out of bounds. He was escorted out of bounds, to say the least.
Covington started getting a little rhythm on offense here the last two series.
Ford Smith running room, 35-30, 25-20 to the 15, and pushed out of bounds. Ford Smith making some things happen with his feet now.
That was good for no Wildcat first down.
So they'll mark it. They'll mark it to the 11-yard line, make it right at the 10. Gain of 33. That is the biggest offensive play of the night, yardage-wise, right there. So first down and goal from the 10-yard line, 16 seconds to play in the first half. Can Covington Douglas get a score here right before the break? Smith looking left, back left corner of the end zone. It's incomplete, trying to find Gavin Hooten. Fade pattern.
10 seconds.
Took 6 seconds off the clock, so now we're looking at second down and goal from the 10-yard line.
Don't take a sack.
Yeah, don't take a sack.
Yep.
They don't have any. No, it says on the scoreboard they've got timeouts left. They might have all three of their timeouts. I know Timberlake burned theirs.
He used one.
Okay, so yeah, that's right, the 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Should have two left, or at least one. So here's second down and goal. They'll probably try to throw for the end zone again. Get 2 plays, maybe 3. Flushed right. Oh, it's off the hands of his intended receiver in the end zone. Nearly a catch made by Justice Hooten, a junior.
4 seconds left.
So now 4 seconds left, one play. So what can Brian Smith pull out of the playbook right here? Third and goal, but that really doesn't matter right now. There's 4 seconds on the clock. Most likely the final play of the first half. Covington Douglas on top 6-0. Now they'll burn that timeout.
Yep.
Let's take a break. 4 seconds to play. Covington Douglas leads 6-0. They want more on the final play. Back after this on Squirtle.tv. Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Is your spouse's snoring becoming an issue? Have you been told that you need a sleep study but refuse to go into a sleep lab? Then Next Gen Sleep is here to help with our innovative solution for the evaluation, testing, and treatment of sleep apnea.
Third down and goal from the 10-yard line. 4 seconds to play in the first half. Ford Smith into the backfield, rolling to his right. Open, running to the end zone, touchdown. Wide open to the near pylon. And they score on the final play of the first half to go up 12-0 on the 10-yard run.
Yeah, the defensive back, both of them got their backs turned, just shadowing the receivers, and nobody home. Easy run for touchdown.
So that'll make it 12-0. The 2-point conversion upcoming will be the final play of the first half. Put Tarango in motion now. Smith wants to run, diving to the end zone. He's in for 2. 2-point run for Fort Smith, and Covington Douglas will take a 14-0 lead to the locker room. That drive to win the first half makes it 14-0. I'll go ahead and give you the particulars of it right now. It was a 10-play drive, and it covered with 79 yards. And it took 1:49 off the clock. Well, I tell you what, that's a big possession, big drive, and a big score for Covington Douglas going to the locker room, Coach.
Sure is.
So we will take a break. 14-0, the Wildcats on top of the Tigers. And you're watching the game of the week on Squirtle.tv.
Is your spouse's snoring becoming an issue? Have you been told that you need a sleep study but refuse to go into a sleep lab? Then Next Gen Sleep is here to help with our innovative solution for the evaluation, testing, and treatment of sleep apnea. Next Gen is proud to offer this FDA-approved, convenient, and affordable solution that can be done all from the comfort of your own home. Call today to get started. 405-308-3324 or email us at information@nextgensleep.com.
Wiggins Auctioneers is a full-service auction company well-versed in selling farm and ranch land, minerals, commercial and residential properties, as well as equipment, estate, and trust liquidations. In order to better serve our clients, Wiggins Realty offers conventional for-sale listings as well as buyer representation. Whether buying or selling, auction or conventional, we want to be your trusted company. Wiggins Auctioneers, 3 generations strong and setting the standard since 1963.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has been training skilled and dedicated individuals, giving clear career paths to over 90,000 graduates a year. These individuals are the heartbeat of the Oklahoma workforce, serving thousands of companies, fueling this state's economy. Oklahoma is powered by Career Tech.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local Votech, we are Autry Technology Center.
So, not real big on paying bank fees? Well, that's okay. It means you're smart with your money and you know how to get a good deal. you're a credit union kind of person. And Communication Federal is your kind of credit union. In fact, Pay Me Checking puts real money right into your account every time you use your Visa debit card, online or in stores. Pay Me Checking, the free account that pays you only from Communication Federal Credit Union.
Electricity, that's what we've been about since 1936. Since then, Cimarron's mission of bringing electricity to its members has been nothing short of successful. But over the years, it's become more than that. It's about powering our neighbors' heating in the winter, keeping the lights on at the ball field, and keeping your phones charged to capture those special moments. We are proud to be part of your community. Thank you for being part of Cimarron for all of these years.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news. The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
This is
halftime at Fabian Field in Covington. And the home team, the Covington Douglas Wildcats, they've not beaten Timberlake since 2018. But they are on top 14-0 halfway through this one. Tom Nelson and the coach Randy Turney with you tonight. Tyler Kerr, our producer engineer. Camden Billy on camera. And the man, the myth, the legend, Adam Dieselhorst is floating around here as well. Go back and recap the first half. I'll be honest with you, a couple of early turnovers, a fumble for Timberlake on their opening drive, and an interception by Maverick Judd of Fort Smith on the second drive of the ball game, the first possession by Covington Douglas. But then after that, we had 3 consecutive punts in a row. Then Timberlake went forward on 4th down, came up empty. 2 more punts in a row before Covington Douglas went forward on 4th down and came up empty. Covington Douglas's first scoring drive started with 8:13 to play in the second quarter. They went 13 plays, 67 yards in 5 minutes and 13 seconds. And it was Gavin Hooten scoring from 2 yards out. 2-point conversion pass was no good. 3 minutes to play in the first half at 6-0, Covington Douglas. The Covington Douglas defense gets a stop. They get the ball back with 1:49 to play on their own 21-yard line. And they go 79 yards in 10 plays. They score on the final play of the first half, a 10-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Ford Smith. And then he got the two-point conversion, and that makes it 14-0. 10-play, 79-yard drive, and it took 1:49 all the way to the zeros at the end of the first half. 14-0 our score. We'll take a break. We'll have your stats when we come back. You're watching the Squirtle Game of the Week from Covington tonight, and we're glad to give it to you on Squirtle.tv.
Is game time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Anger, anxiety, worry, and disbelief, these are normal emotions to feel with an unplanned pregnancy. You have options, and you are not alone. Hope Pregnancy Center in Alva is a safe, confidential, and compassionate place to land. Hope offers free pregnancy testing and ultrasound, and you will be provided education for all your options. Remember, you aren't alone. We can help with hope. Visit thinkimpregnant.org. That's thinkimpregnant.org.
Looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Is your spouse's snoring becoming an issue? Have you been told that you need a sleep study but refuse to go into a sleep lab? Then Next Gen Sleep is here to help with our innovative solution for the evaluation, testing, and treatment of sleep apnea. Next Gen is proud to offer this FDA-approved, convenient, and affordable solution that can be done all from the comfort of your own home. Call today to get started. 405-308-3324 or email us at information@nextgensleep.com.
I wonder how long it has been since Timberlake has been shut out in the first half of a game, but when you look at the numbers, how long has it been since they were held to 53 yards of total offense in the first half? Numbers in the ball game: Timberlake 13 rushes for 41 yards. Maverick Judd 9 carries, 36 yards rushing to lead the way. Through the air, Peyton Pierce is 2 of 6. They're 2 of 7 as a team throwing the football, 12 yards. A 9-yard catch by Paxton Glenn, a 3-yard catch by Maverick Judd. 20 offensive plays by Timberlake in the first half and 53 yards of total offense. For Covington Douglas, 27 rushes for 149 yards. Ford Smith, the quarterback, 16 for 103, including that 10-yard touchdown scamper on the final play of the first half. Gavin Hooten, 9 carries for 40 yards, and he had a 2-yard touchdown run. Ford Smith throwing the football is 4 of 13, and as a team, they're 4 of 14 for 27 yards passing with an interception. Cade Griffin, a couple of catches for 15 yards. Gavin Hooten, a catch for 17 to lead the way. 41 offensive plays, 176 yards for Covington Douglas in the first half, but the most important number is the score, and Covington Douglas on top, 14-0. We'll take a break. Your second half is coming up. You're watching it on the Skordle.tv Game of the Week.
Wiggins Auctioneers is a full-service auction company well-versed in selling farm and rangeland, minerals, commercial and residential properties, as well as equipment, estate, and trust liquidations. In order to better serve our clients, Wiggins Realty offers conventional for-sale listings as well as buyer representation. Whether buying or selling, auction or conventional, we want to be your trusted company. Wiggins Auctioneers, 3 generations strong and setting the standard since 1963.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Skordle.tv. Find out more at Skordle.com/stream.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has been training skilled and dedicated individuals, giving clear career paths to over 90,000 graduates a year. These individuals are the heartbeat of the Oklahoma workforce, serving thousands of companies, fueling this state's economy. Oklahoma is powered by Career Tech.
Few things bring communities together like high school sports. The passion, the drama, the atmosphere, the tremendous thrill of victory, and the agonizing pain of defeat. There's nothing like it, and nobody in Oklahoma brings you all of that better than Skordle. So sit back, hold on, and get ready for another thrilling ride, because it's time once again for the Skordle Game of the Week.
It is the opening night of high school football season across the great state of Oklahoma. And Thursday night action here in Covington. The Covington Douglas Wildcats lead Timberlake 14-0. There are a few games going on across the state. We'll check the Skordle scoreboard. Pecola and Heavener. Pecola leads 24-20 in the second quarter. Thackerville over Wilson 6-0 in the second quarter of that ball game. 7 minutes to play. A big game in 6A. Union on the road at Westmore and leading 28-7 in the second quarter. Lawton MacArthur over John Marshall 22-0 in the first half. And then a game just up the road, up north part of the county, Garfield County. Deer Creek Lamont break up the Eagles. They lead Kremlin Hillsdale on the road 44-14 tonight. That ball game is at the half. #1 team in the state in Class 6A is Bixby, the defending state champions. They are shutting out Owasso 28-0 at the half. Roland over Muldrow 14-8 at the half. And then, of course, the score right here, 14-0 Covington Douglas over Timberlake. Tom Nelson and the coach, Randy Turney, getting ready for the second half of this one. Don't forget, we got Thursday night action with us. We've got a doubleheader coming your way tomorrow on Skordle. Del City at Bethany is going to be a good one. That's going to be Mark Rogers and Adam Dieselhorst in the call on that one. And then Take it back. It's Del City at Choctaw. That's Mark and Adam. Then Bethany at Jones tomorrow night. That is Todd Miller and Sean Meek, former coach at Luther. He'll be doing color commentary for the first time for us tomorrow night. And then, of course, you can catch all the action across the state in our Squirtle schools. Be a lot of football action for you tomorrow night. I'll tell you what, that was a nice time for Covington Douglas to score, because now they get the ball to start the third quarter. They could drive down and score a third touchdown here and be up by 3. That'd be a pretty good start to the second half.
Yeah, the last 2 series, they kind of found a rhythm and wasn't making as many mistakes, and kind of spread the ball all over the field, and Ford Smith kind of took over the game there in the last part of that fourth quarter.
Yeah, that big play on there. 4 seconds on the clock. They had one play, and Ford Smith wide open as he rolled to his right, and nobody came out to meet him, and he took it into the near right corner of the end zone. So Timberlake will kick it away into the breeze. So Gavin Hooten will stand back at his 10-yard line. It's a short kick covered at the 45-yard line. And jumping right on top of it for Covington Douglas is Cooper Sherman, the senior. And Covington Douglas will start first down and 10. Line of scrimmage, their own 46. This is a big drive in this ball game right here. First drive of the third quarter. You've already scored a couple of touchdowns. You're up by 2, and you got the good field position to start the ball game, or the second half. So Ford Smith will take the snap, and he wants to throw on first down. He's got time. Now he's flushed, but he won't go anywhere. He's sacked. Tackle made by Caleb Ware. And he'll lose 1. Back to the 47. Make it the 49. I'll take it back to 44, excuse me. That's a 2-yard loss. Got it. So it's second down and 11, almost 12. Here's the jet sweep. Hooten, boy, he made something out of nothing right there. He'll get the first down. He was dead to rights in the backfield, made a little shifty move, turned it up, and gets inside the 45-yard line down to the 41. As he will pick up 10 on a carry that looked like it was going to be a loss of about 2.
That's Judd missed him when he did, kind of opened the gates.
So first down and 10. Handoff this time. There's Tarango. Tarango down to the 35-yard line as he was tackled from behind by Blake Choate. And nice gain on first down. He'll pick up 7.
Yeah, get a little stutter step through the hole and nice burst off a left tackle.
We talked in the pregame about how Covington Douglas has quite a bit of depth in their skill positions. We're seeing that. Tarango, Hooten. Back to throw this time, dump it out in the right flat. The ball is caught this time by Derek Doherty, the tight end. And they'll get it back to the line of scrimmage. That's just about it. Ford Smith was 4 for 13 passing in the first half.
I bet that gets a little bit better. He's kind of got his feet wet there early in the game, and he's played a lot better this second quarter.
So 2-down territory for Covington Douglas. Third down and about 2.5 on Timberlake's side of the field. Snap it to the quarterback. There goes Smith for the first down. Straight up the middle inside the 30-yard line, marking with a 29. He'll gain 5.
That's good for a Wildcat. First down.
So he's got over 100 yards rushing, 106 on 18 carries, and a rushing touchdown. And what this does, this just keeps the clock going too. You're trying to shorten this game up when you're up 14-0. You want to shorten this game up as much as possible. First and 10 from the 29. Wideouts left and right. The man in motion from right to left. And Smith this time dumps it out in the flat, and he tried to find Justice Hooten, who was coming across.
Yep.
Incomplete.
Didn't have time to set his feet because number 88, Caleb Ware, was right in his face.
Caleb Ware, 5'10", 170-pound junior from that defensive end position. We've seen in the past Timberlake can explode offensively, but boy, they've really got nothing going tonight. First half, just 53 total yards. Smith steps out of a tackle. 25, 20. What a run by Ford Smith. He'll get the first down to near the 15.
And a flag.
Boy, he just kept churning the legs, bouncing off tackles. And he'll get down to the 16-yard line, but there is a flag. So it's a nice 13-yard run. Let's see what happens here. Personal foul, face mask. They're going to tack some more onto this.
Yeah, they had it over his shirt twice, but couldn't get him down.
So they'll put it inside the 10-yard line, down to the 8. And it's first down and goal. It's Covington Douglas, who's not won in this series since 2018. They didn't play in 2020. I'm betting it was a COVID thing. They are looking to win the final game in this series. They're not going to play in the foreseeable future. Trying to find some running room this time for Justice Hooten.
Yep, number
Pete Gwynn on the tackle.
Yep, number 13, the only senior on the Timberlake roster.
He'll lose some yardage back to the 10.
6'3", 170 pounds senior defensive back.
So second down and 10 into traffic, incomplete. That was almost picked. Is that off the hands, I think, C.J. Watkins maybe? Hard to read those numbers down there. Timberlake's numbers get bunched up a little bit. So now it is third down and goal. Covington Douglas lucky to have this opportunity. Third and 10, 8:10 to play, third quarter. Hooten's in motion from left to right, and now flush to his right, Ford Smith. He's being chased. He's in trouble. Still going back. And now he has some running room. Throws it deflected out of bounds, incomplete. They actually got about, I would say, a positive result out of that. He was 30 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll get a chance at fourth down and goal. So fourth down and 10. Fourth down and goal from the 10-yard line.
Put a little touch on it.
He was so tired, so winded after that run, couldn't get anything on the pass. They've got to get something off here. The play clock is at 5. They may have to burn a timeout right here. They will. Timeout. Covington Douglas, 7:57 to play in the third quarter. They lead Timberlake 14-0. You're watching it on the Squirtle Game of the Week.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local Votech, we are Autry Technology Center.
So,
it is fourth down and 10. Smith has time, steps up, floats one to the end zone, wide open for the touchdown to Gavin Hooten. Hooten, somebody lost him. He was standing there by himself in the end zone, and all Ford Smith had to do was get him the ball. He delivered.
And little touch on that one. That's what I like. Just a little up there where it's nice and easy to catch.
So it is 20-0. Touchdown comes just under 8 minutes to play in the third quarter. So they'll go for 2. Throws back across his body into the hands of Gavin Hooten. The 2-point conversion. They score on the touchdown pass. That one a little more difficult. 7:50 to play in the third quarter, and Covington Douglas shutting out Timberlake 22-0. And you're watching it on the Squirtle Game of the Week.
So, not real big on paying bank fees? Well, that's okay. It means you're smart with your money and you know how to get a good deal. You're a credit union kind of person, and Communication Federal is your kind of credit union. In fact, Pay Me Checking puts real money right into your account every time you use your Visa debit card, online or in stores. Pay Me Checking, the free account that pays you, only from Communication Federal Credit Union.
Electricity, that's what we've been about since 1936. Since then, Cimarron's mission of bringing electricity to its members has been nothing short of successful. But over the years, it's become more than that. It's about powering our neighbors' heating in the winter, keeping the lights on at the ball field, and keeping your phones charged to capture those special moments. We are proud to be part of your community. Thank you for being part of Cimarron for all of these years.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with
22-0. Covington Douglas on top. The squib kick is covered and returned by Blake Hamlet, I believe.
21.
Yep. Timberlake will take over first down and 10. Coach, you talked about the Covington Douglas offense getting a bit of rhythm. Now 3 straight scoring drives of 10 plays or more, and they lead 22-0.
No negative plays. That's the key.
That is the key right there. So Timberlake now down by 3 touchdowns will take over first down and 10 at their own 43-yard line. 7 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the third quarter. If they're going to be a part of this ball game, they need to make something happen right now. And before we do, flags fly.
5 backwards.
5 backwards. That's Brian Severin is going to have a lot to chew on the bus drive back to Helena. Penalties are among the things he will be chewing on. Back to the 38.
They say you improve the most between the first and second game. I think that will probably happen.
Yeah, Ringwood next week at home at Brian Severin Stadium. Trout Field at Brian Severin Stadium. 1st and 15 now. You've got Peyton and Pierce flanked. He's got Blake Choate to his right, Maverick Judd to his left. And he wants to throw. Near side out in the flat. It's caught by Choate, and Choate is popped after a short gain. He was tracked down. That's Derek Doherty.
Yep, good timing, good hit.
We're going to give him 1 on the completion, 1 yard. Doherty with the big stick.
Hard-earned 1.
There is absolutely no doubt about that. So 2nd down and 14 now. Tom Nelson, the old ball coach, Randy Turney with you from Covington tonight. 2nd down and long. Pierce, flush to his right. Near sideline, will slide before he gets popped. And a late flag. And I think they're going to throw that on Doherty, but he just slipped.
He just.
It wasn't a late hit. They may be discussing this too.
I think you're right too. He was trying to stop.
Yeah, they're going to wave it off. That's a good call by the officials.
Good call.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, he popped up and then he slid to try to keep him hitting him.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Yep, that's a good call by the official.
So the ball out to the 43-yard line. Gain of 4 on the run. And it's 3rd down and 10. 6.5 to play in the 3rd quarter. 22-0 Covington Douglas. Going to pitch left that time, but the play blown dead before it gets underway. They were trying to get it in Maverick Judd's hands. So the penalty false start will move them back 5. Boy, a lot of penalties tonight, which will make it 3rd down and 14 again. Pierce option pitch left side. Boy, making something out of nothing there. And on the run goes Maverick Judd. Inside Covington Douglas territory. They'll mark him out at the 37-yard line. He goes from the 37 on one side to the 37 on the other. A 26-yard gain. And he could have just as easily been tackled for no gain.
Yeah, broke about 3 tackles on the way.
That's his best run of the night. He's got 62 yards rushing on 10 carries.
Got somebody kneeling down here.
On the near side, I think it's Ford Smith down there playing on the defensive side of the ball. First time, if it is cramps, first time we've seen it tonight. And I asked Coach Smith about that, about how they take care of cramping, and he says they have some things that they give the kids, try to keep them from cramping up. That's the first time I think we've seen it tonight. How'd you used to do it when you were younger? Pickled juice, salt tablets?
Salt tablets, a lot of fluids.
Yeah.
Mainly is before. I mean, when you wait till the game time and do it, it's too late.
Yeah.
But I see kids carrying gallon jugs in the hallways.
Yeah.
To stay hydrated all the time.
So Ford Smith over here to the near sideline. It looks like a cramp. They're trying to get him loosened up. So you look and see who replaces him out there and see if they might go for it. Might try to look at it. Timberlake. 1st down and 10, 37-yard line. Ball caught near sideline. That's Paxton Glenn. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. Miguel Tarango on the stop. So no gain. And 2nd down and about 11 or so. The clock's moving pretty quick, down to 5 minutes and change left in this one.
Got Judd split out to the left this time. Just throw it up to him, let him go get it.
He's got some size. That's exactly what they're doing right there. And he's open, but he missed it. You called it, Coach. Had him on the pattern down the far sideline. Let him a little bit too much. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10 or 11.
He's a receiver by trade, too, from playing there all there last year. Just give him a chance to go get it.
Yeah, we talked about the fact that in the preseason magazines, he was all Class C at tight end. And he will line up. Now he's in the backfield, take it back. Across the middle, ball is caught. Trying to find some running room. They'll get down near the sticks. I believe he'll be just shy of the first down.
Yeah, looks like about a yard, 2 yards.
And slow to get up. That's Pete Gwynn with the catch. He's slow to get up. He ends up picking up 8 down to the 27-yard line, 28-yard line. Give him a 9-yard connection. That's Gwynn's first catch of the night. 4th down and 2. Got to keep the drive alive. Judd will do just that. Down to the 20-yard line. Tripping him up was Tarango, I think. No, mark him down at the 18.
Definitely their best drive of the game.
They can stick it in here, get it back to a 2-touchdown ball game. They'd be in within hailing distance again. Get a stop and get the ball back and make something happen.
Yep, gives them a chance.
So inside the 20-yard line, inside the red zone, and I believe this is the first time tonight they've been this deep in Covington Douglas territory. As the Tigers look to score for the first time in the 2023 season. Into the backfield, man in motion from right to left. We'll dump it out on the flat, and that play is going to be for a loss. Boy, Covington Douglas had that one sniffed out.
I just knew they had Judd split out there in the slot. They'd probably throw the ball to him, but
it was to Brewer.
Yeah.
And he'll lose yardage.
And threw it sideways.
Yeah.
Let's throw it down the field.
Back to the 26-yard line. They're going to lose 8 yards.
Yep.
So now it's 2nd down and long.
Okay, Judge split out here.
Picked off. Back the other way we go. The second turnover of the night. It's intercepted by Derek Doherty. So first pick by Pierce tonight, but it will stop what was a really good drive.
Yeah, he tried to hit Judd going across the middle, but Doherty was right there at the same place he was.
They ran about 5 minutes off the clock, but come up empty, and now Covington Douglas will take over 1st down and 10. They will start the drive on their own 41-yard line with 2:49 to play in quarter number 3 here in Covington tonight. Been a long night for the Timberlake Tigers on 1st down. Here's Tarango near side. He'll get out past the 45-yard line to the 47, picking up 6. Caleb Ware on the stop for the Tigers. They're working Tarango here in the second half a little bit. That's his 3rd carry here in the second half.
Yeah, he's got some shifty feet. You don't get a hard hit on him very often.
Right now, they just want to keep the ball on the ground, run the clock, get into the 4th quarter, and run it some more. Hand it off to Tarango again. And he'll stay on his feet. Kind of spun forward to the 50, so he ended up picking up 3 on a play that probably didn't deserve to get that much.
Yep. Got 1 on contact and spun and got 2 more.
And the clock continues to run. 1:45 to play in the 3rd quarter. Timberlake leads the all-time series 9-3, dating back to 2008. Covington Douglas wants to leave him with a loss as this series comes to an end after this year. 3rd down and 1. Direct snap, and there's 1st down yardage on the carry, that time by Camden Thayer. He needed about a yard, and he picked up 2. We'll give him 3 down to the 47.
C.J. Watkins, one of the first ones to meet him there in the hole, but not after he picked up the 1st down.
They could run some more time off of this clock, as we will tick under a minute to play in the third quarter. If you're just joining us, it was a scoreless game until the 3-minute mark of the second quarter when Timberlake scored in a 2-yard run by Gavin Hooten. That play went nowhere.
C.J. Watkins again.
That's Durango. And you keep in mind that Ford Smith, he's not in there, so
yeah,
they're having to make do without him. He was having some cramping issues. They will lose 2. Second down and 12. Pass is caught that time. Camden Thayer to Cade Griffin.
Tackle there, number 13, Pete Quinn.
And we've got a timeout as the third quarter comes to an end. It is 22-0. Covington Douglas shutting out Timberlake. Fourth quarter coming up. You're watching it on Scortle.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
We go to the fourth quarter, 22-0 Covington Douglas. They are looking at third down and 10. Little play action. Ford Smith back into the ball game. He's sacked.
First guy there is number 23.
And Caleb Ware there to help him out, but big loss.
Carson Shepard. It's all over in Deer Creek. Starts out the season with a 60-14 win over the Crimson Hillsdale Bronx.
How about that?
Congratulations to the Eagles.
For the DCLA Eagles.
That's Coach Claflin in his first year there at Deer Creek.
I remember 13 years ago that state championship run they made at DCLA. Coach David Zachary and Coach Thompson, who passed away a few months ago. Punt will be downed, and Timberlake will take over first down and 10. I will say that was one of my favorite teams to follow back then, that 2010 season, winning that Class C state championship at DCLA. On the same day, they won their state championship in the afternoon, and we broadcast the night game. It was Cherokee winning their state championship over at Stillwater.
Yep.
What then was a new Pioneer Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
Timberlake, who won a state championship 2 years ago in 2021, will take over first down and 10, and they will start this drive on their own 23-yard line here early in the fourth quarter, 11:06 to play.
Deer Creek had a running back by the name of Kirby. He was a good player.
Connor Kirby.
And Schombacher was the workhorse for the Chiefs.
Yep, you're exactly right. Connor Kirby, and Lawson Thompson was the quarterback on that DCLA team. Maverick Judd this time trying to find something off the right side. Boy, Covington Douglas defensively doing a nice job stringing them out, bending but not breaking. It's been a frustrating night for Maverick Judd. He will pick up 2 yards to the 25.
I
think about a pretty good team that Crimson Hillsdale had about 10 years ago or so with Mitchell Foote. He was a stud who went on to play at Emporia State. Quarterback on that team was Jake Streck, who now works in the bank at Pond Creek, last I knew. He's the mayor. The quarterback at Kremlin Hillsdale is now the mayor of Pond Creek. How about that? You learn something new every day. Nice run. Merrick Judd this time, but a flag back at the 30. This is probably going to be coming back on a hold. Yeah, see, we're kind of into story time now. Final 10 minutes of a 3-touchdown game. Yeah. Brian Severin, his team will be okay by the time, as he said, by the time October, November rolls around when it really counts. So they'll mark this one off from the 29-yard line. Give Judd a gain of 4 before the penalty. And they will put it back inside the 20-yard line to the 14. So was it 2009 when Timberlake won the state championship?
I think so.
Then it was 2010 when DCLA and Cherokee kept both the gold balls in Northwest Oklahoma. Second and a bunch, 2nd and 21. Back at the 14. Snap it to Judd. And good job staying with him. The tackle was made by Blake Hamlet, defensive end.
Hang on and hope that some cavalry gets there.
That's exactly what happens. We'll give him a yard to the 15. Timberlake, they may have right at 100 yards total offense, but it's going to be close.
53 and a half.
They had 53 and a half and had that drive. Had about a 40-yard drive to start the, or that first drive of the third quarter. It came up empty. The interception. Derek Doherty. Third down and a bunch, and they'll blow it dead. I'm assuming some fans may be leaving this one early because of all the dust that's blowing across the field as the fans are driving away. That's one thing you'll also see in small-town high school football is when people start leaving, they kick up the dust on the dirt road by the football field. You know, you may see some shootouts, some high-scoring shootouts in 8-man football once in a while, but you'll see games like this too. You'll see the defense being played. Well, he's wide open. Nice throw by Pierce, but he'll come up empty.
Put some air on it.
Yeah, just not a little too horizontal as opposed to vertical.
Exactly.
Got to hang it up there a little bit. Let him run under it.
Yep. Easier to catch, too.
Yep. 4th down and 25. Timberlake, if they decide to punt, which, yeah, they will. They could boot it with the wind here, going from right to left. Judd's had a couple of boomers, and that one won't be one of them. Could be returnable here, as it is picked up by Camden Thayer. Thayer on his feet and steps out of bounds inside the 40-yard line, and Covington Douglas will start this possession at the 38.
There's a little speed there to get around the corner, get down the sideline. Good field position for Covington.
So 9:20 to play in the ball game. Been a good night so far for the Covington Douglas Wildcats. It's a cat fight tonight. The Wildcats are getting the better of the Tigers here. So on first down, Fort Smith will hand it off to Tarango. Tarango for a couple before he was tackled by Blake Choate.
So it's been pretty active there at that linebacker spot.
Yeah.
A lot of tackles in that. You got to remember they got one senior out there. Timberlake does. They're going to get better as the year goes on. It's like the quarterback. His first game he's ever started in high school.
Near flat ball is caught by Justice Hooten, and Hooten one-on-one tackle made by Pete Gwynn. We'll say no gain on that completion. So 3rd down and 10. Timberlake fans, a nice turnout across the way. Not a great night for them. Will be a long drive home, but they turn out. They support their Tigers. Little pump fake. Another one. Smith has a world of time. Rolling back to his right. Nobody's open. Covered well. Throws it away. Good job in the secondary for Timberlake to stay with the receivers in that situation, as Fort Smith had forever. Still couldn't find anybody open. And it'll be 4th down and 10. Talked about it earlier. The last time Covington Douglas won in this series was in 2018. They won 44-36 on their way to a 6-5 season that year. Smith throws it up for grabs. There's a man open. The ball's caught at the 20-yard line. Just hung it up there. And Cash Pearson.
First down.
Threw it right over the secondary, right in his lap.
So the gain from the 36-yard line down to the 15. He'll pick up 21.
He does a good job when he's scrambling, keeping his head up and looking downfield.
Pearson's first catch of the night, first catch of the season. This time on the jet sweep, it's Gavin Hooten. He ran right into a white jersey. Ran right into Christopher Diller.
And about 2 more of his buddies.
So they'll give him a yard to the 14-yard line. That was a hard-earned yard. Covington Douglas on top 22-0, and they are looking for more. Hooten angling left, turns it back upfield, and nice carry for him inside the 10-yard line, inside the 5, and down to the 4, so he'll pick up 10. 61 yards rushing on 12 carries for Gavin Hooten tonight, including a 2-yard touchdown run. Will be 3rd down and very short. They can get a first down inside the 5.
Good blocking that time again by the center, Trevor Frankie, and the left guard, number 32, Duggar. They've done a good job of blocking up inside there.
And that is something coming into the ball game, that offensive line for Covington Douglas. There were some questions there. I think they've answered some questions tonight. Of course, there, as Gavin Hooten is tackled in the backfield for a loss. Coming up there, Caleb Ware to make the stop. He'll lose yardage. Back to the 6, lose 2. But that clock keeps rolling. Halfway through the 4th quarter, 6 minutes to play. Covington Douglas now 4th down, and they can get a first down inside the 5. 4th down and about 3. A pistol formation this time. To his right goes Smith, has a man open near corner of the end zone. It's incomplete.
Could have ran that and got his first down. Nobody out there.
So that drive will come to an end. And Timberlake will take over first down and 10 with 5:38 to play. They will take over on their own 8-yard line. certainly scoring in the second half of the ball game. The opening drive of the second half for Covington Douglas. They go 10 plays, 54 yards, and it was the 10-yard touchdown pass from Ford Smith to Gavin Hooten. See what Timberlake tries to do here deep in their own territory, just try to make something happen. And on first down, Pierce to throw across the middle. It's incomplete. He was trying to find Judd, but Judd was kind of in jail. There were a couple of blue jerseys around him. He would have had to kind of thread the needle to complete that one. So it is second down and 10. Pierce again across the middle. It's caught this time, and that'll be Judd for first down yardage. So the completed pass from the 8-yard line.
Got a flag over there.
Is it coming back?
I think it's a sideline. We'll see. It's way after the play was over.
Pass was complete to the 27-yard line, so a gain of 19.
Here we go. Yep, sideline.
Is it a warning, or are they going to mark it off? They're marking it off, it looks like.
Yeah.
Coach Severin, and no, they're not going to mark it off. I think the Timberlake players thought they were, but they are not. It's a sideline warning. So the line of scrimmage is the 27-yard line. Pierce chased, has some running room, throws across the middle as a man. It's almost intercepted. Flag back in the backfield. Camden Thayer had it right in his hands between the 1 and the 8 and came up empty, but there is a penalty flag back in the backfield. It's a hold, and that will march the Tigers back 10. They'll take it back to the 16-yard line. And first down and 20. Pierce near side has a man open. It's caught. And some running room for Blake Chothan. He's popped. Doherty with the stop. We've called his name a lot tonight. The pass out across the 20-yard line to the 21, gaining 5.
He's had some nice tackles and had an interception to stop a drive. And good game by number 23. Derek Doherty, a 6', 232-pound senior.
His daddy, the head basketball coach at Covington Douglas High School.
And softball.
And softball as well, you're right. He's a busy man. Pierce throws it up for grabs into traffic. Far sideline out of bounds.
Intended for the cheerleaders.
One thing about it could be a long night for your football team, but for the most part, your cheerleaders are still going to have a good time. So 4:27 to play in the ball game, 22-0. Don't know where we will be next week. We'll put that schedule together tomorrow. We'd like to work a week at a time, find the best games possible. We do know we've got 2 games tomorrow. I'll be eating steak tomorrow, watching Squirtle. Oh yeah, we know one of the games next week is going to be Heritage Hall and Millwood. That'll be one of the games next week. Oh, good nice catch. Nice catch. That's Paxton Glenn. Really getting across midfield, and he comes up a little lame.
See, if you throw it up in the air, you got a chance. That's a good catch. And a lot of traffic. Good concentration there by number 2, Paxton Gwynn. Yes,
game of 34. He picks up 34 on the play.
Big, tall drink of water.
Yeah.
Got him at 6'6", 170 sophomore.
Put a little weight on at 6'6". First down and 10, 46-yard line. Can Timberlake get some points on the board? Option pitch right side to Judd. He is upended. Nice play by Thayer.
Yep.
Camden Thayer goes low and upends him.
You better go low because it's little on big. But in defense of Judd, he had to dodge one guy. He couldn't defend himself very good there.
So we're down under 3.5 minutes to play in this one. Stick around after the ball game. We'll go back and recap the scoring and figure up the stats, send you on your way, and remind you we've got 2 games coming your way tomorrow. Second down and 10. Judd held on to that one. Take it back. That's not Judd. That is Pete Gwynn holding on to that one at the 40. 6-yard gain.
Yep, nice hit by the DB. Good concentration there by Gwynn. Hang on.
So this drive started back at the 8-yard line. Now across midfield down to the Covington Douglas 40. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Tomorrow night we've got Dell City at Choctaw. Mark Rogers, Adam Dieselhorst will have the call on that one. Bethany at Jones, Todd Miller, Sean Meek, Coach Sean Meek. Judd throwing it up for grabs, and Tarango got a hand on it and knocked it away. Now it'll be 4th down. Judd showing a little bit of an arm, but as you talked about, need to get a little more vertical, a little more elevation on it. Hang it up there a little bit.
Yeah, because most of the receivers from Timberlake have a little size advantage on the DBs from Covington.
If you make it a jump ball, you might win that jump ball more often than not.
Yeah, all 3 of them are.
Yeah. They've got the size advantage. 4th down and 5.
Right. There you go.
He's got first down yardage. 25 and to the 24. He'll end up picking up 16. And more importantly for Timberlake, he will keep the drive alive. Stop the clock to move the chains. When they put it back in motion, there will be 2:18 to play in the game.
Yeah, the cramps. I'm hoping.
Let's go ahead and take a break real quick. We'll come back. 2:18 to play, 22-0. You're watching it on Scoredom.
Good. I want to see him raise that leg.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news. The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
Why be a Ranger? At Northwestern with small...
Derek Doherty coming to the near sideline with the cramp issue, and we were just talking during the break. We haven't seen as many cramps as you see when it's usually 100 degrees outside, so credit to both teams keeping their players hydrated. First down and 10 as Timberlake is at the 24-yard line of Covington Douglas. As the Covington Douglas defense right now, they want the shutout. They want to hold Timberlake out of the end zone. Pitch right side, Judd, and goes back to the left. Nice running room inside the 20-yard line down to the 16, give him 8. Last time Timberlake had a drive like this, it ended in an interception. Derek Doherty got that pick back in the third quarter. They were down to the 26-yard line. Closest they've come to scoring. 2nd down and 2. Under 2 to play. Pierce has a man open. Now he wants to tuck it up and run. Bouncing to the far sideline and tackled right there. He'll get the first down. Down to the 11-yard line. He'll pick up 5.
Better huddle up and get going.
Clock will stop while they move the chains, and it will be 1st down and 10 at the 11. 1:35 to play when they put it back in motion right now. They'll do just that. The suspense is if Covington Douglas can post the shutout. That ball caught in the end zone.
Yep,
it is. Touchdown.
Nice catch. Can't see who it is.
They will. They will avoid the shutout. Is it Gwynn? I cannot tell. I don't think it's Gwynn.
It's not 13. No. It's 20-something. I'm watching him.
Might be Braden Ulrich.
Right there on the far side.
Up on the line of scrimmage, right side.
Right in.
It's Braden Ulrich, I think.
2-1.
Yep. Braden Ulrich. And the 2-point conversion dropped. So Ulrich with the touchdown catch of 11 yards. That'll make it 22-6. 1:20 to play. We'll be right back. You're watching it on Scoredle.
Why be a Ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
Dr. Devin Nightingale.
Timberlake gets on the scoreboard. 13 plays, 92 yards. The drive started back at the 8-yard line. It took 4 minutes and 18 seconds, and it was Peyton Pierce to Braden Ulrich, for the touchdown. 2-point conversion pass incomplete, makes it 22-6. And here's a kick returnable from the 20-yard line. Near sideline comes Hooten, and he'll get out to the 33. So Covington Douglas just run the clock out here. This is a nice win for them. This has been a game they've played to start the season for the last few years, dating back to, I think, at least 2016. And during that little run here, Timberlake has won 5 of 6, but Covington Douglas will get it done tonight. And it looks like they will take it to a knee. A couple of times. It's going to hurt Fort Smith rushing numbers, but he'll have to do it one more time. Stick around in the post game. We'll recap the scoring, go over the stats, get some final comments from Coach Turney, and we will send you on your way. We'll do one more snap. Covington Douglas will go to 1-0 on the season, and they will host Medford next week. The Fighting Cardinals coming in here. They go on the road 2 weeks from now for the first time they go to Ringwood. That'll do it. pretty impressive win for Covington Douglas. This ball game got off to a slow start. Both teams made a lot of mistakes, but it was Covington Douglas that figured it out. Put it together offensively, scored on 3 straight possessions at the end of the first half into the second half, and they win 22-6. The clock will hit zeros, the teams will shake hands, and our post-game show will begin. Final score 22-6. We'll take a break and be right back. It is the Squirtle High School football game of the week.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashin, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Anger, anxiety, worry, and disbelief, these are normal emotions to feel with an unplanned pregnancy. You have options, and you are not alone. Hope Pregnancy Center in Alva is a safe, confidential, and compassionate place to land. Hope offers free pregnancy testing and ultrasound, and you will be provided education for all your options. Remember, you aren't alone. We can help with hope. Visit thinkimpregnant.org. That's thinkimpregnant.org.
Looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Is your spouse's snoring becoming an issue? Have you been told that you need a sleep study but refuse to go into a sleep lab? Then Next Gen Sleep is here to help with our innovative solution for the evaluation, testing, and treatment of sleep apnea. Next Gen is proud to offer this FDA-approved, convenient, and affordable solution that can be done all from the comfort of your own home. Call today to get started. 405-308-3324 or email us at information@nextgensleep.com.
Wiggins Auctioneers is a full-service auction company well-versed in selling farm and rangeland, minerals, commercial and residential properties, as well as equipment, estate, and trust liquidations. In order to better serve our clients, Wiggins Realty offers conventional for-sale listings as well as buyer representation. Whether buying or selling, auction or conventional, we want to be your trusted company. Wiggins Auctioneers, 3 generations strong and setting the standard since 1963.
When your business is agriculture, You want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Game of the week.
Covington Douglas with the season opening 22-6 win over Timberlake here tonight. Fabian Field in Covington. Tom Nelson, Randy Turney with you. And we'd like to thank everybody for sitting with us through this one tonight. Covington Douglas scored a couple of touchdowns late in the first half, added one early in the second half, and then held on. Timberlake scored there right before the end of the ball game to get on the scoreboard. And to run through the numbers here really quick, first of all for Covington Douglas, offensively 45 rushes, 191 yards on the ground. They were led by their quarterback, Ford Smith. He had 22 carries for 107 yards, including a 10-yard touchdown run. Also, Gavin Hooten had 13 carries for 59 yards. He had a touchdown as well. Miguel Tarango, 6 carries for 19 yards. Through the air, Ford Smith goes 9 of 23. Actually, he went 8 of 21. And then the Thayer went 1 for 2. So 9 of 23 as a team, 62 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Gavin Hooten caught the touchdown pass. So through the air, combined, 191 on the ground, 62 through the air, 66 offensive plays for 253 yards in the ball game for Covington Douglas. Hooten a couple of catches for 27 yards, including a touchdown. Cade Griffin a couple of catches, and pretty effective offensive night after a slow start for Covington Douglas. For Timberlake, they only had 53 yards at halftime. They really a little more than doubled that for the ball game. 23 rushes, 116 yards. I'll take that back. I might be wrong here. Yeah, I think I need to. It's actually going to be. They had 94 plus. They had 217 yards, so they more than doubled. They had quadrupled their yardage in the second half. So 23 rushes for 116 yards. Maverick Judd with 16 carries for 87 yards. And then Peyton Pierce had 4 carries for 18. Blake Choate, a couple of carries for 8 yards. 11 of 23 passing. Maverick Judd, a couple of passes, was 0 for 2. So Peyton Pierce goes 11 for 21, 94 yards. He threw a touchdown pass and threw a pick. That touchdown pass late in the ball game, the 11-yard touchdown pass to Braden Ulrich. So 46 offensive plays for 117 total yards, and Timberlake avoided the shutout by scoring late. This ball game going back to the first half, a couple of turnovers early on, then some punts, like 5 of 7 drives ended on punts. The 2 others were going for it on fourth down, coming up empty before Covington Douglas took over on their own 33-yard line with 8 minutes to play in the second quarter. Put together a 13-play, 67-yard drive and scored. Took 5 minutes and 13 seconds. It was a 2-yard touchdown run by Gavin Hooten. 2-point conversion, no good. 3 minutes to play in the first half. It's 6-0, Covington Douglas. They hold Timberlake, get the ball back with 1:49 to play in the first half, and they drive it down. 10 plays, 79 yards. And on the last play of the first half, it was the quarterback, Ford Smith, from 10 yards out scoring. He got the 2-point conversion run, and it was 14-0 Covington Douglas at the half. Opening drive of the third quarter, Covington Douglas got the football. They march it down 10 plays, 54 yards in 4 minutes and 9 seconds. And it was the 10-yard touchdown pass from Ford Smith to Gavin Hooten. The 2-point conversion pass from Ford to Hooten made it 22-0 with 7:50 to play in the ball game. And then neither team scored until the final minute 20 as Timberlake put together a drive. They went 92 yards, 13 plays, 92 yards in 4 minutes and 18 seconds. And it was Peyton Pierce to Braden Ulrich for the 11-yard touchdown pass. 2-point conversion, no good, 22-6, your final score. And Coach Randy Turney, your final comments on this one. Slow start. Covington Douglas impressive. And they beat Timberlake, which is something they haven't done very much lately.
Yep. Had a lot of positive plays after that first quarter. That was the difference. I thought Timberlake showed their youth, had a lot of penalties, and didn't try getting the rhythm of offense. But as we talked, there's one senior out there, and they're going to get better. You can count on that. And I think Covington has got a good nucleus to have a good season this year.
Well, this has been a pretty good series. We talked about 4 of the last 6 matchups being being within a touchdown, and but Timberlake had kind of dominated. They'd won most. They led the series 9-3 coming into tonight. So the series will end. We hope they get a chance to play again in the future. But right now it's 9-4. Timberlake will lead in this series that dates back to 2008. Tomorrow night on Squirtle, of course, we've got a couple of game of the weeks. Del City at Choctaw. Mark Rogers and Adam Dieselhorst will have that one. Bethany at Jones. Todd Miller and Sean Meek will be calling that one. Big thanks to our producer-engineer tonight, Tyler Kerr, the pride of Pond Creek Hunter High School, and Camden Billy on camera, the pride of the Thomas High School, the Thomas Terriers. And for just the pride of everybody, the coach Randy Turney.
I want to wish my wife a happy birthday on Sunday.
There you go.
She's going to be 21 times, I don't know what, but
cheapest way you can do it is say it on here.
That's right.
Doesn't cost you a thing.
I'm going to keep her. I don't care how old she is.
There you go. Happy birthday, Rob, and I'll say it too. Once again, your final score for the final time. A big win for Covington Douglas tonight as they knock off Timberlake. Final score 22-6. We will talk to you next week on the Squirtle High School Football Game of the Week.